Hey everyone, I have a kind of short but very interesting and I think pretty relevant topic to most of us, most of you too, which is owning your morning and evening. More about routine. I want to talk about routine and different reasons why controlling your time when you wake up and you go to bed, and why that part of your day basically determines the rest of your day. So, what I want to talk about specifically, and that's a concept I heard from someone else on YouTube a few years ago, about owning your morning. And I think this is that's what I want to start with. So mornings are it's such an important part of your day because it first sets you up for the rest of the day. First of all, morning actually, the way you feel in the morning, the way you start your morning actually starts the day before, but we're going to talk about it later. But in any case, morning sets you up for the rest of the day. The way you start your day, what you do in the morning, because basically like every single day is a new like blank page, right? You can do whatever. You can wake up, you can not wake up. You can do that, do this, you choose. Every single day you choose what to do, you choose to make certain decisions, and especially the beginning of your day will determine the direction of the day, right? Same with life, like the way you choose, make big decisions in life, they determine the direction, the destination will be different eventually. Same with the mornings. If you wake up and you delay your alarm, put off an alarm, sleep for another 2 hours, I don't know, then I'll like wake up properly, scroll through the TikTok, whatever phone, and then you obviously like, you're already drained. It's like 11 a.m. For you, it's maybe early. For me, it's like lunchtime, and you wasted half like part of the day, most crucial part of the day, where you are supposed to be the most productive, and you just basically lost all the momentum which you potentially could have gained. Mornings are really important. If you start morning well, if you especially plan the morning, at least first half of the day, plan it well and complete first few plans which you already scheduled for yourself for that day, like imagine how much of the momentum you're gonna gain. It's just your brain, every time you complete something, especially in time, especially well enough, especially with some sort of success, you basically prove to yourself that you can do this. You prove it might not be logical for you always, but just subconsciously you prove to your brain, you prove to your body that you can do this. You do it better, you plan, you just gives you more confidence in general, confidence to move, confidence in decisions, and you just keep going that way. Like the way you spend the rest of the day, which is the majority of the day, say like from like you wake up at 7, like from 9 a.m. to 8 p.m. would be like the core part of the day. And this is like, what is it, 11 hours. 11 hours of your like the most productive, thriving time. That is just determined by like an hour or 2 hours spent before that. Imagine how much of the influence you can have if you just spend time like being conscious about your morning. I don't always recommend doing morning sports. I think sometimes for some people it might be a little bit discouraging, like to do morning sport, like oh you just wake up. It's so like it depends. I love morning sport, but I'm a very athletic person. So for me, it gets my momentum so high up, especially if I do something comfortable in the morning in terms of sport. And I come back and I'm like, okay, well, Jesus, I've done that. And like I showered and like refreshed completely. Like it's 7 a.m. I'm already finished with everything. Everyone's just waking up. I'm already done with the workout. Wow, I'm ahead of myself. I'm ahead of the schedule. I'm ahead of other people. Let me do something else now, something more. I want more. I want more. Your body just like naturally wants more. I personally tried completing the hardest work in the morning. That works sometimes. I honestly don't think you should stick to one thing. Like that works for me. Sometimes, like today, I chose to do the morning workout. That was way better. I felt way better after it. If I would just wake up and do some work in the morning, that would be cool. Like by 7, 8, 9 a.m., I would be like, okay, now I can get breakfast and I've already done a bunch of things here. But at the same time, if it's pretty hard to wake up and it's pretty hard to continue doing something like mental activity being focused just because your brain isn't fully awake. And it's easier with sports because you just gotta move. That's it. You don't need to think about it so much. But with thinking, you obviously gotta put some mental effort. So sometimes it's just very slow in the morning, and you actually it works sometimes in like opposite way, where you force yourself to do this, and you kind of want, but you kind of cannot because you're tired. Trying to get coffee, like it's just weird. It just feels weird. Trying to get coffee, it works for me sometimes, but I think you need to find a way to optimize it better for yourself, and don't always like convince yourself to do the hardest few hours of hardest work very early in the morning. It's very personal as well. But that in the end of the day, it really comes down to owning your morning. Like make sure you control it. Whatever you do, whatever you set plan for, you do it. You just do it. If you journal well. Like put effort in it. If you learn in the morning, sometimes I like scrolling through some ads in the morning, which like best performing ads from my brand, from other brands, and just seeing how like why they're good, what exactly made them that well, why are they succeeding, why are they printing money. And that's so cool because like almost every day I work on ads or look at some other competitors basically launching ads, and that's always helpful to refresh your mind or like remind yourself on what's the best, like top things, top ads, top whatever else you might look at the industry. What's the best performing things, like best funnels, best ads, best companies in general, best systems. And if you know you're going to work on that particular project and that particular aspect part of the business throughout the day, just get some learning in the morning. Like it's going to give you so many insights later on how to do that, and you're going to move faster. That also builds momentum. Like you getting inspiration in the morning, you getting momentum in the morning, or you're getting some sort of result, success in the morning, that's what determines you the rest of the day. So like the core part of the day is going to be so easy for you and so kind of flawless if you just spend a good hour or good 2 hours early in the morning with yourself. Do it yourself. You can go and like meet someone, spend time with the community, but usually, in my personal experience, you kind of get distracted. Like you in the morning, you want to come and think about yourself, know what you're gonna do, let your thoughts sink in, let your plans sink in, and like just approach your work with a clear mind. Usually in the morning, spending time with people in the morning when I know it's like a typical working day, I wouldn't say I get distracted, but it's a bit harder. It's a bit harder sometimes. So that's first. For the evenings, it's the same thing. As I mentioned earlier, your day starts the day before. So another thing you should think of being able to control is your evening. Because I have personally an issue with like after 9 p.m. or so, I want to do so much more. Like I've done most of my plans, but I want to do so much more. Like I can do this and that and that. And I'm kind of not tired, and I'm kind of tired, and I kind of don't want to give myself a rest, even though I know I want to come back stronger next day. And I'm kind of like battling myself, and then I end up like wasting 2 hours and like slowly cooking food, slowly, I don't know, talking to some friends, doing whatever else. So get some structure of the evening for yourself. If you're not sure about your evening plans, if you like haven't planned that part of the day, which is fine, I do that sometimes, try to plan it at least like right before it. Like, you know, it's like middle of the day, afternoon, evening already. Try to plan it, what you're gonna do. Just decide. Whatever you do, just decide what you're gonna do and do it. That's it. Just your most important thing here is to have plans and follow the plans and control yourself. I think this is extremely important because you're gonna start overthinking. You're gonna start wasting time on stuff or spending more time on things. And then something like spontaneous pops up, you're gonna do it obviously because you don't have any plans. So that's wrong. Same with the mornings. Like if something spontaneous comes up, you're just gonna do it because you have no plans, which sucks. So do have plans for evening as well, and especially if you, what I found really important, you should not be exhausted. Going to bed exhausted basically cuts your most precious time of the day, like thinking time of the day, where you before the bed. Just go to bed exhausted, you just waste. I mean, you haven't wasted it technically. You're tired, of course. Go sleep. But imagine you would not be tired going to bed. Like you spend like 10, 20, 30 minutes thinking about things, and that usually where your entire day kind of sinks in, and you're like, well, okay, this is what happened. This is what's going tomorrow. I'm grateful for that. Like all those like good, important, warm, kind of confident thoughts. You'll just let them kind of sink in properly in your head. Come back next day more grateful, more stronger, and that's I think what's important. And that only comes with like controlling your evening and not, oh yeah, it's time to go to bed, and it's like an hour later you're exhausted laying down and you're falling asleep in like 2 minutes. Maybe scrolling TikTok at the same time. So that's still my problem partially sometimes, but I try to control it better, and that just comes with more planning, a bit more structure, and plan. And another suggestion here would be like plan the day before. So if you just wake up and start planning the day, you kind of get confused. But if you wake up, you know exactly what your first step is. Like you wake up, you know you're gonna go to the shower, you're gonna go take a cold shower, or you know you're gonna do stretching, or you know you're gonna journal. If you know the first thing you're gonna wake up, first of all, your time from waking up to getting up would be like 0. Mine is all like I wake up, I'm immediately on my feet right away. It looks kind of funny, but I always do that. I don't know, it's like a habit. For some people, it's not the case. For a lot of people, it's not the case, and I think that's important. That's important to minimize the time waste and the bad time waste and whatever else you spend time on. And in my experience, it just comes down to planning. Like you wake up, you know what you know. You in like 10 minutes, you already need to be out. Maybe that's the best part. Especially if you have something scheduled. Like I have some workouts in the city. I live in Berlin, in Germany. There's a lot of really cool like group workouts, 6 a.m., 6:30 a.m. I sometimes do them. Pretty cool things. And I would recommend if you have the chance to do that. Just forces you to get going basically right from the beginning of the day. Super helpful. And also another crucial thing, trying to spend time like without any screens in the morning and in the evening too, especially in the evening. You spending the whole day on the screen would basically just hurt your eyes, hurt your head. You want to relax a little. You want to relax your eyes, relax your body to make sure you can continue working the same speed, the same pace next day, and just do something chill. Do like record a YouTube video, read a book. Book reading is the best. After reading a book, writing what you're grateful for, and then being kind of fresh a little, and then going to bed and spending like 10, 20 minutes in the bed, just like thinking what you read about, thinking what you're grateful for, thinking what happened during the day, thinking about the next day. That all consolidates properly. You wake up, you feel so good. You wake up, you feel so freaking good. You had maybe the shittiest day of your life the day before. You still control it. You still wake up well. You still do the things because it's not related to what happened. It's related to what you do. You control your action. Nobody controls you don't control your results, but you control your actions and your thoughts as well. So that's something extremely important I found for myself. And just if everything I mentioned this video, don't think that's like super necessary. If you think your own activities, your own habits you want to implement, do them. Just make sure you plan and implement. If you think there's a better, like you play soccer in the every evening, cool. That's a really good habit to develop. That's a really good plan. Just do it well. Invest in 100% of your effort, 100% of your time. If you're really passionate about it, especially, like, just do it. And focus on it properly. And same could be with any other activity. Maybe you like cooking, just cook properly. Like just do it. Spend time doing your thing. That might be during that activity you're gonna come up with something relevant to your business or to your other projects while you're doing completely relevant thing to it, which is very interesting. It's also that's how it works for sure. Yeah, so that's my suggestion. Sleep is very important in general. The time before you sleep and when you wake up is the most crucial part of the day because it sets you up for the next day or for the following day. It gives you a lot of like that's where you basically leave. We sometimes get so caught up in our daily tasks, and there's so many of them always. You can work infinitely, but the time when we spend thinking about ourselves, thinking about our lives, thinking about our projects, thinking about other people, that's when the creativity comes in. Our experience really thrives, and we understand life better, understand ourselves better. We understand where we're going better. We're not just like losing our minds in what we do. We actually are very confident now we're very confident with work, and we're very confident with our thoughts, we're very confident with people we talk to, very confident in how we spend time. Just gain more confidence with like planning, controlling your plans, and completing the plans. Even if some plans don't really, like, you don't really meet the deadline for them, that's fine. You control your morning, you control your evening, you understand that, okay, you need to plan for the next day. I'm gonna plan it a bit differently because I wasn't able to complete the day before properly. That also tells you something. You just, learn something new about yourself or about your project. That's also awesome. So it's all about the way you perceive it. Yeah, so that's what I want to share today. Hope it was helpful. That's how I kind of think about my daily schedule and how I approach my mornings and evenings, and that's something that helped me a lot. I know I've personally been like pretty structured and pretty good at like schedule and keeping timelines with myself my entire life, but especially for someone who is not, these are the few suggestions I would implement in their lives, and I think that can be helpful for anyone doing anything in life, to be honest. So again, hope it was helpful. If you want to know more or talk about anything related to business, e-commerce, productivity, marketing, I don't even know, mindset, reach out to me on Instagram. I'll always put a link in the description, and enjoy.